This October 20th through the 22nd, TFCon Orlando at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld with special guests Bob Budiansky, Victor Caroli, Dan Gilvison, Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Alex Milne, David Sobloff, and Casey Kohler. Meet mediocre YouTubers Bert the Stormtrooper, Deluxe Baldwin, Diecast Norbs, Engineer Hoist, Fire Talks, Ghost Prime, Kato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal, and Treebot. If you see them, make sure and say hi. You'll most likely find them at the bar. That's TFCon Orlando in October. Be there!
Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video.
The featured bot in this video is the brand new Transformers Super7 Ultimates Bludgeon, a figure I have waited 1 year, 8 months, and 23 days for. I pre-ordered this guy from Entertainment Earth on December 2nd, 2021, and he finally arrived today. I can't tell you how many times that I almost canceled this pre-order because every month, I believe he was due out in April of that year, and it's like every month he got delayed 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I didn't ever think I was going to get him, and lo and behold, here he is in my hand finally. Now, taking a quick look at the packaging, we got some great looking foil line art of Bludgeon right there. Let's see, Bludgeon right here on the bottom side of the box. Decepticon, this side of the box, Bludgeon. Back of the packaging is more of that gold line art with the Decepticon insignia. And you slide this off, and it reveals the figure inside. We've got Bludgeon himself right there, extra head and helmet, 2 different swords, his tank shield, and gun. And man, I can't tell you how excited I am to get this figure. I have been a huge Bludgeon fan for years, mainly thanks to Marvel Comics and Simon Furman. Bludgeon was such a cool character that really didn't get fleshed out a lot in the comic, but where he was, and when he appeared, he was awesome. He was even the leader of the Decepticons for some time. So that's pretty much it. I'm excited. I want to get this figure opened up out of this packaging and check him out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, full disclaimer before I start going over Bludgeon, this is my very first Super 7 figure. I've seen their reaction figures in the store, but I've just never picked up one. So this is going to be a brand new experience for me. Now, once you get Bludgeon all opened up and out of the packaging, you'll notice he didn't come with any instructions, but lots of accessories. Kind of reminds me of a NECA figure. First off, we have his turret shield. We have his blaster. What's really cool, we've got 2 swords, a long sword with a scabbard, and then we've got the short sword right here, a comic style head and helmet with some wiring hanging out the neck, and we've got some sets of hands. We've got a closed right fist and a double pointy finger left hand, and then we've got two different hands for holding the blaster, a right and left. And then of course we've got Bludgeon himself, who's decked out in his toy appearance. Now the hands he has in right now are for holding the swords, but since he already has his toy head and toy helmet on, I'm going to put his gun hand in, his right gun hand, if I can find it. There we go. And we'll see how this works. So just pop the hand off. Yeah, just like a NECA figure. So you see the long peg right there. Peg that in. And now let's get his blaster. We'll attach that. And his shield. And that'll go on his forearm right there. And that completes his toy look. And I have the original G1 Bludgeon right here for comparisons. So that looks really cool. What's surprising is the original Bludgeon figure did not come with a sword, and in all media he was portrayed with one. So I think that looks awesome. It's nice having some detail on the skull right there. The deco is pretty much the same with the yellow, the orange, and the purple. I love the tank shield. Now normally my gun right here is on Bludgeon's inner bot, but I put it on the figure since that's what Super7 has. So yeah, that looks really cool. So let me get him out of the way. Now one thing, this figure is heavy. I mean, he's nice and solid. So let me take off the accessories, and I want to go over all the articulation this guy has because he is loaded. So starting with the head is on a ball joint. It can look all around. Let's see, the neck and the head have different joints. So there's a joint down here at the bottom of the neck and one up top for the head. So man, he can look all over the place. This helmet, of course, is removable. And one thing I don't like about the helmets is they don't go on very well. You really have to push them down to get a secure fit. But once it's on there pretty good. The arms, they can go up about that far. The shoulder pauldron is going to stop the arm. It can do, let's see, it's a little tight. Now it can't do a complete 360 either because it is going to hit right there on the chest. But it's got enough posability, I believe. The elbow, man, it can go all over the place. And there is rotation at the wrist. There is a waist rotation, and I just noticed this is rubber. So that's cool. So it's rubber here. Let's see. Those feel like rubber too, or soft plastic. The helmet is soft plastic. I mean, actually, the whole figure feels soft plastic. It's not a real hard figure, except right here for the chest area, the upper thigh. Seems like all the yellow and orange. Yeah, I don't know, it's a nice, thick, soft plastic or rubber. So I dig that. That's cool. So there is a waist rotation. The legs are on ball joints. They can go all over the place, but they're hindered by the skirt. There is a knee bend. There is rotation. There is toe movement. There's an ankle tilt. So lots and lots of posability. And these things right here, these are detachable as well. The original Bludgeon, he just had those pockets or pouches molded in. Oh yeah, let's look at the back of the figure. He does have the backpack, just like the original G1. And there's a port right there, so I guess you could store the tank turret on the back. Maybe. Yeah, attach that like so. Yeah, I think it looks better sticking up. So you got the tank turret storage right there. Or I guess you could store a sword if you choose. I wish the rifle, yeah, it doesn't have a peg. It would be really cool if he could store the rifle on his back. So that's pretty much it for all of the articulation. Now let's take a look at him in his comic book form, which is the one I'm looking forward to. So stand right there. He is a heavy dude. Let's bring in the comic head, which looks awesome. I love the paint applications on the comic head. That looks so cool. And he does have a different helmet. Take a closer look right there. Now, all of the wires hanging out of the neck is an homage to when Bludgeon tried to take on G2 Megatron, and G2 Megatron grabbed him by the face and ripped his head off. So this is what this look is for right here. So I'm assuming that can pop right out so you can attach it on the figure. So there's a closer look at all the wires and junk hanging out of his head. I love the fact the teeth are painted and he's got the red paint in the eyes. It looks awesome. So pop the helmet off. Yep, that little wire piece pops right out. So I probably won't use that. That'll go back in the box. Now let's put the comic head on. That pops right off. We got a big ball joint right there. Snap on the comic helmet or head. Let's see, where'd the comic helmet go? I got pieces all over the place. Pop that on. And now I'm going to put on the sword hands. I can get that helmet centered. So let me get the sword hands on. And there we have Bludgeon, how he looked in the comics. And I love this guy now. He looks so cool. And oh yeah, you can pop the pouches off and attach the scabbards right to his belt like so, which really cleans him up a little bit because I don't think he had the pouches in the comic. But man, he just looks so good and so posable. And the wrist actually can go up and down too. So, I mean, this guy is awesome. I do wish the joints were a little tighter. He feels, I guess because he's so heavy, he's a little floppy in places and kind of hard to pose. But once you find a good pose, he looks awesome, man. I love this figure. This guy is so cool. Hopefully Super7 will do the rest of the Mayhem Attack Squad with Octopunch and Stranglehold. And now for some quick size comparisons. Here is Transformers Super7 Ultimates Bludgeon with Generation 1 Bludgeon, Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon, Power of the Primes Bludgeon, and Generation Selects G2 Megatron. I don't think this Bludgeon has anything to worry about with that Megatron. So, was my Transformers Super7 Ultimates Bludgeon worth the wait? Absolutely. I love this figure. My only complaint with him, he's heavy and his joints are too loose to really hold the body. I can't tell you how many times he fell over while I was trying to do this pose right here. Now I do want to point out the arms can do a complete 360 because the shoulder pylons here can move up and down. So you can move it closer to the shoulder or the arm so you can get that complete look or that full rotation. That way you can get these awesome poses like this where he's swinging the sword overhead. I love it. I think this is so cool. You can combine the comic look with the toy look and just make this Bludgeon your own for your display. He's awesome. I love this figure. Of course, I'm a big Bludgeon fan. Now, as of right now, this figure is available at Entertainment Earth, where I got mine, and I'll put a link in the description so you can get one for your own collection. And if you use my link, you get 10% off in-stock items. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members because it's your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again guys, this is Patriot Prime signing out. Hooah!